Hotel Echo Lima Lima Oscar. Good evening from Southeast London, England, from your host, your guy himself, the one and only and truly ELG repping. Yes, I'm shouting it out from the chest. Are we top of the league? Yes, we are. Otherwise, short for Delhi London Guna, Space Romeo Echo Papa Papa Indigo November. Welcome again to another match review. It's a happy match review in more ways than one because the game at Anfield ended Liverpool 1, Manchester City 1. Now, I've just seen footages of Doku getting away with conceding a last gasp penalty, and it looked, well, it don't look like a blatant penalty. It was a blatant penalty. And the reality is Man City have got away with murder. Other than that, I'm here to talk about Arsenal's 2-1 victory at home to Brentford. And in that first half, we did everything correct. Pressed them, controlled the game. We weren't as fluent as we have been in the last 7 league games, but the main thing is we got the win. In that first half, we had them under the cosh. Aaron Ramsdale didn't have anything to do up until the point where he just took too long receiving that back pass and allowed Wissa to close him down and charge him. Charge his attempted clearance. It ricocheted off Wissa into the back of the net. But I would like to say well done to Benjamin White in that first half. We deserved to be 1-0 up. Started off sharply, controlled the game. I mean, Martin Odegaard in that first half, he was unplayable, absolutely flawless. I can't say the same thing about him in the second half because he was fading in and out of the game time after time after time. But that's nothing new. Yeah, that's Saka lays it off to Benjamin White to cross it in first time. It was a good, delicious cross. Benjamin White leaps up like a salmon ahead of the defender. Far post header, 1-0. And that's due to the fact that Onyenka, he was running with him, marking him, and then he left him. He left him, and that's how the header came across. Now, that was a good goal by Declan Rice. We could have doubled the lead. You know, we had opportunities. Kai Havertz, oh, if only that ball hit the target, you know he's scoring. I mean, he was put through by, I don't know who played that through ball. Oh, excuse me. You can leave it in the comment section below. That was a good through ball. I think it might have been, was it Rice? I don't think it was Rice, but someone played him in. And for some reason, he stinked it past the goalkeeper, but past the far post. Ramsdale dealt with a set piece so well. No, Brentford at the corner. Ivan Toney rose above any defender, headed it straight to Ramsdale's hand, and Ramsdale, what a throw to Leandro Trossard. He should have done a lot more. Trossard used his pace, one on one. He would have been 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, and I think I'd fancy him to score. And then at the end, Ramsdale let himself down. His teammates, he let his management down, and he let the fans down by allowing Brentford to get back into the game by an equaliser. It was a horrendous calamity. All he has to do is just I think he was just better off clearing the ball. I don't know what happened. He took 2, 3, 4 seconds too long to get rid of the ball or to release the ball. Either way, I think he was trying to get rid of the ball, and Rissa, yeah, he charged him down quickly, and that was just on the stroke of half time. Shout out to one viewer who's watching me. Big up your damn self, whether you're him or her, Mister or Miss or Mrs. Shout out to yourself. But other than that, I was left fuming. But before I talk about the second half, yeah, make sure you show me love, joy, and respect by smashing the thumbs up like button for me, yeah? Smash the thumbs up like button for me in abundance, yeah? Make sure you share this channel virally all over the globe, especially to your friends and your relatives, yeah? And if you're watching for the first time, if that was you, new viewer, welcome to this channel, yeah? Welcome on board. Make sure you share this channel amongst your friends and relatives and tell them to share it amongst their friends and relatives. On top of that, yeah, if you want to comment on Ramsdale's blunder, the first half, the game, if you were at the game and you want to give me your thoughts and your opinions, you know where my comment section is. As far as I'm concerned, as DLG repping, my comment section for positive feedback only, yeah? And I mean positive feedback. So please keep it nice, but very respectful. Lastly, make sure you hit the subscribers button for me, yeah? Smash the sub button for me, left, right, and center. Gloriously but passionately, yeah? My aim is to get to 1,000 subscribers this year. So get subscribing, yeah? And I do mean get subscribing. If you do, the more you subscribe, the more I'll shout you out, yeah? So, yes, like, comment, share, and subscribe. It helps the channel grow to the levels I want it to be at. But the second half, I'll tell you, it was yeah, it was controlled. I think we had to come out of the traps. Though Brentford had their moments. I mean, one of the goals of the season, well, Ivan Toney, he's launched onto a pass or a clearance. He's hit it on the left foot first time. It's swerving into the into the back of the net, near post, top corners, and Ramsdale pulled off a splendid and one-handed save. And then credit to Ramsdale, you could see that he's redeemed himself and his confidence has grown into the game when he's had to deliver another save, tipping the ball over the bar from Nathan Collinson's header. I mean, the marking was atrocious, but Ramsdale was on point. Other than that, Arsenal did have the line. Well, they had complete control in possession. God knows what the XG was right, or XG was like, or the field tilt was like. But other than that, my interest was seeing Arsenal score that winning goal. And yes, we got it in the end. Benjamin White, who had a superb game for me on the night, puts in a sublime cross. Kai Havertz, he was the only one on that pitch that was going to score that header. I can assure you that for free. And what a header it was. Good header. 2-1 up. And with stoppage time at 8 minutes, it was 7 minutes of stoppage time, but there was 2 added minutes added on. And Brentford were definitely playing the time-wasting game. They were slowing us down. The momentum was not going as smoothly as we wanted it to go. But that's due to the fact that when we give away an equaliser, or when Aaron Ramsdale decides to give away an equaliser for free, that's what's going to happen. But you know what? We got the job done, and let's go for the player ratings: the manager, the ref, and the fans. So let's start off with Aaron Ramsdale. Now, for me, up until the last minute or second of the first half, he had nothing to do other than launch a great throw to Leandro Trossard, who should have raced on to Ramsdale's fine assisted throw and get himself on the score sheet. But other than that, Ramsdale didn't help himself at all. by giving Wissa and Brentford an equaliser that was against the run of play. That being said, he made up for it with two quality saves, especially the one from Ivan Toney. That was the best out of the two for me. I'm gonna give Ramsdale 6.5. He would have had a 7 if he kept a clean sheet and not. Yeah, I'm gonna give him a 6.5 just because of those two saves. Saved him for further criticism, especially if we didn't win the game. But 6.5, I think that's fair. Ben White, superb game for me. I'm gonna give him a 9.5. I thought he was absolutely excellent in the way that he performed, the way he defended well at the back, and he put in two brilliant crosses. One for the first goal, where he's teed up Declan Rice, and the second one, well, he's stood it up for Kai Havertz for him not to miss, and well, we know the rest. He was absolutely brilliant, very supportive and well, very supported and aware of when Saka was attacking, overlapped Saka as much as he could. I thought he was absolutely brilliant. For me, my man of the match, Declan Rice. I'm going to give him a 9. I'll say a 9. Um, William Saliba, for me, when you needed a strong, when you needed a composed, level-headed centre half, Saliba was that guy. For me, very composed, always focused on the game. His concentration on the game is brilliant, second to none. I'm going to give him an 8. Gabriel dos Santos Magalis. What can I say? His composure on the ball has really improved. Won every header like William Saliba did. And another thing I forgot to say about Saliba, he won every header, and so did Gabriel dos Santos Magalis. He won every header. Um, he got booked for pulling down Wissa, and he didn't need to do that. I suppose with William Saliba getting in there, I'm going to give Gabriel dos Santos Magalis a 7.5. Jakob Kuvia, yeah, he was yeah, he was very steady. I mean, when he had the opportunity to get forward, he did get forward and cause some problems. Maybe unlucky. I would say he's unlucky to connect with Declan Rice's in swinging corner in the first half, where it went wide, and I think he got a little nick of Ivan Toney. But for me, very solid at the back. Obviously, he defends first, but when he comes forward from an offensive point of view, he does help the team, and he's helping the team more from coming from an offensive point of view. Jakob Kivia, I'm going to give an 8. Declan Rice, I'm going to give him a 9, but my man of the match was Benjamin White for me. Declan Rice, no, not Declan Rice, Jorginho, sorry. Jorginho for me, well, he's passing, slick, control the game in the midfield as he does. You know, always involved in the game for me. Always dictating play. He's passing from midfield areas, absolutely sublime. And for me, he is the reason he's what helps Declan Rice and Odegaard do their thing, and he helps them by going forward, by playing 10 yards behind the two of them. I'm going to give Jorginho an 8. Declan Rice, I'll give him a 9 as my close man of the match, but I'm going to give it to Benjamin White, as I already said earlier. Declan Rice is a performing midfielder without the captain's armband, and I feel that at some point he will be captain. Yes, you Guna, still top mate. We doing well today. 11 on Tuesday. Don't know what that means. 11 on Tuesday. Shout out to Aguna Matata, if I've pronounced that right. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Declan Rice. I'm gonna give him a 9. He was absolutely brilliant. Martin Odegaard in the first half, absolutely superb. In the second half, he faded on and off. I would have to say in that first half, neat touches, um, great link up play with Bukayo Saka, and yeah, he put in a terrific performance, especially when he's pressing defenders on the ball. I mean, obviously he pressed from the front, and he led that by example. I'm going to give Odegaard an 8. I still think I'll give him an 8. The front three, Bukayo Saka. Um, one that he's at most fabulous, but one thing with Bukayo Saka, um, if he did try to take on these fullback 1v1, but you could see he was double up on, triple up on, and he had more difficulties in the first half than he did in the second half than he did in the first. With Bukayo Saka, I'm gonna give him a 7. Won't exactly outstanding, but decent enough, or reasonable enough to say the least. On the other side, Leandro Trossard, for me, not his best game for me. I mean, as Ramsdale teed him up, he launched onto it with pace, and then he slowed down and he's checking back to see who he can pass to. Just go, and he didn't have any effect in the game as much. He didn't, no impact on the left hand side for him. I'm gonna give him a yeah. I'm gonna have to give him a 6. Shout out to the second viewer who's watching. Big up your damn self, him or her, Mr. or Mrs. Don't matter what race you are, etc., etc. Shout out to yourself. Yeah, Leandro Trossard 6. Kai Havertz for me, brilliant. I'll get my tongue out in a minute. Yeah, Mr. Kai Havertz. Well, for me, he's enjoying that role as a false number 9, and I think we found his best position, and that's playing him as all right. Some will say he's not a striker, but for me, he's more advanced as a striker than he is an attacking midfield player. He's not an out and out midfield player, but as a striker, you can see how effective he is, and he imposes himself so much on the game. For me, him playing in a striking position, and he should have had a first half goal where he's put through, stink the goalkeeper, but it's just that he's pulled it to the far post, past the far post, and it's like, oh, Kai, at 1-0 up, you make it 2-0, we're in a comfortable position. Nevertheless, he kept going. I mean, I'll be honest, he should not have been on that pitch to get the winning goal. He was already booked. He was booked for a situation where he's jumped up in the air, his elbows caught the defender's face, but the reality is he was looking at the ball. So he got a harsh booking. Now that he's carried a yellow card on him, what he should have done, what he should never have done, is dived to get us a penalty at 1-1. And I'm telling you this now, he is lucky the referee never got that view. Because as I've watched Match of the Day early this morning, the referee's view was blocked by 3 Brentford players. If the referee got a clear view of that, he's off, and we're down to 10 men. He's lucky to be on that pitch, and you know what? To his credit, he kept his head, and in more ways than one, and got us the winning goal, as he did at the G-Tech Stadium with another header. So yeah, Kai Havertz, I'll give him a 8. He just about gets an 8 for me. Right, the substitutions. Jesus, I can't say he had much of an impact here. I really can't say he came on and made a big impact. But one thing I can say with Gabriel Jesus, I suppose he's just, yeah, I can't make any excuses for him. Yes, he's come back from injury, but that's an excuse. And that's not an excuse I want to put on this platform. Yes, it's a fact. He's come back from injury, but I didn't think he had that much of an impact in the game. Let me read this one. At DLG Repping, don't stop this to all Gooners. Thank you, Eguna Marteta. Martata, should I say. Thank you so much. Who's the other substitution? We made up to 3 or 4. Chinchenko, yes, he come on, showed some neat touches on the ball, but again, if I'm rating him out of 10, I'm going to give him a standard 5. Jesus, standard 5 as well. Didn't see Fabio Vieira. Thomas Partey came on. He had little time to impose himself on the game, so I'm going to give him no score. And I think for Bukayo Saka, Reece Nelson, yeah, I didn't see enough for me. Well, he had a couple of touches on the ball. I mean, definitely on their counter attack, he looked pretty sparkling without a complete end product. I'm going to give him. I have to give Reece Nelson a 4. Sorry, that's my ratings on him. Gunnar Martata and any other Gunnar or any football fan watching, if you agree with my ratings or not, leave it in the comment section below. But here comes the manager ratings. For me, Mikel Arteta, what do I give him? Well, let's assess what he did. I mean, in that first half, obviously he's on the touchline, barking out instructions. You could see the team was in total possession. I think the substitutions. Should have happened in the first 10 minutes of the second half. First 10, 15 minutes of the second half, he should have made the substitutions. And the timing of the substitutions today, on Saturday, yesterday, should I say Saturday? Yeah, he could have made them a bit earlier. But other than that, we got the win. He picked the right team. He picked the right team and the best team possible, knowing that he had to go with Ramsdale instead of Carl Hein. The subs bench, well, I think the game against Sheffield United, the subs bench was more stronger than it was yesterday. And as for the and as for as for the situation with Ramsdale, well, or Raya, he couldn't play against Brentford because Brentford is the club that he's contracted to, and Leandro Trossard coming in for Martinelli. I think that was a change that he had to make. I feel that he gets a 9 out of 10. Right, the referee. There were some yellow cards dished out in that game. I feel what can I say? Yeah, I feel the Kai Havertz yellow card. I think the Kai Havertz yellow card was quite harsh. I think it was it's more of a clash. It was more of an accidental clash with his arm in the face of the defender. There was no malice in it. I don't know how he got booked from it. You know, that was a coming together. Although, as he's booked Kai Havertz, to be fair to the referee, he couldn't get a view of what Kai Havertz is supposed to have done. At first viewing, I thought it was a foul by the defender, penalty to Arsenal. But when I looked at it again, Kai Havertz has embarrassed himself, and the referee couldn't clearly see that. And VAR didn't get to shout down his ear. So, Kai Havertz was lucky to escape punishment, all due to the fact the referee couldn't get a clear view on it. I think a couple of the bookings were justifiable. I think who got booked? Gabriel got booked as well. And I suppose that's a fair enough booking. And a couple of their Brentford players were booked as well. Wissa got a yellow card in the end. Well, he got a yellow card during the first half, and I think it was or was it in the second half? Yeah, he was booked for something he should not have done. And I think two more Brentford players were booked as well, rightfully so. I'll give the referee a 7. The Arsenal fans, 9.5 out of 10 for me. Yeah, they were brilliant all night. They got behind the team. They never gave up any hope of us dropping 2 points, let alone 3 points. Yeah, they got behind. I mean, they even showed support to Aaron Ramsdale after that stoppage time first half Ricket. They showed him support, got behind him, and well done to him. Well done to Ramsdale, but well done to the fans for getting behind Ramsdale and every player in an Arsenal shirt. So 9.5 out of 10 for the Arsenal fans. A Gunnar Marteta says Ramsdale can't play against Porto. He ain't going to play against Porto, I can assure you. Well, not that I can assure you, but I don't expect him to play against Porto. I don't expect him to play another game for Arsenal as long as Raya is fit. That's the reality. On that note, what a pleasure to be on StreamYard to do this live stream with you guys. A big thank you to A. Gunnar Marteta, and a thank you to another viewer who's watching, and a thank you to all football fans. Ladies and gentlemen, to the boys, to the girls, I thank you for watching, thank you for tuning in, thank you for listening, and mostly and lastly, thank you so much for putting up with me. So do look after your friends, do look after your families, make sure you look after yourself, which is always important. More peace, more love, more blessings again. And on top of that, from your host, your guy himself, the one and only and truly, DLG Repping. We're going to chat again, yeah? Do remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Do all of that for me, yeah? And tell your relatives and your friends to do the same thing, yeah? And just please always be nice. I do mean be nice. Cheers and good night.